right. So we're here with Brandon DeRue, and we are interviewing him. We did a section on professional. We're also going to do a section on personal. So let's get into the personal questions.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
Let's get intimate.
I'm okay. Should I move my chair closer?
What is one thing you spend more money on than you care to admit?
Oh boy. Then I care to.
I know the answer.
I
I
was
want to
about
hear
to
it.
say. Oh god, probably swords.
Yes, it is 100% swords.
Probably swords.
How many swords do you have approximately?
Not enough. At the moment, about 5.
5?
How many swords is average for a person?
0?
Oh, well, then I guess I'm above average.
I'll probably say half, maybe 1/2 a sword per one person. So.
I've got some small swords. They kind of count as half swords, right?
Is that not knife? What's the difference?
Yeah, I guess it's called short sword in
So
the
sorry.
in
My
the business.
Well, this question kind of leads into this one. So
Does it?
It does. So we're all nerds.
Oh,
I'm a money nerd, an admitted money nerd. In high school, I was a band nerd through and through. I was the king of the band nerds in high school. What are you a nerd about?
Oh, Lord of the Rings, without question. No question. That was an easy one.
It wasn't even a hesitation.
That was a softball. Lord of the Rings, no question. I love Lord of the Rings. Haven't gotten through the Silmarillion. I've tried. But Lord of the Rings, for sure. I could watch and read that infinitum and never be bored.
All right.
I have.
And I have. What would be your perfect meal? You could mix and match, pull in different pieces from different types of foods. Like, what would be your perfect meal?
Perfect meal.
I'm just going to call it the death row meal, and I thought that might be a little bit morbid, so I'm just going to say perfect meal.
It's kind of funny you say that. That was the first thing that came to mind. We were on the same mind right there. I've got one. I'm prepared for this. Filet Oscar, for sure.
Okay.
With some crab on top. Garlic mashed potatoes. How big can this meal be?
Keep going.
All right. Mac and cheese.
Okay.
Cornbread. And then probably cheesecake. And I would have a Coke as well. I love Coca-Cola. So.
Your favorite meal would have to be your last meal, because I don't know if you're getting up after that.
I probably wouldn't. I'm okay with this. Honestly, I'm okay with it.
All right. What's your favorite place you've ever been and why?
Oh, my favorite place. My favorite place is probably Third Lake, Illinois. It's where I grew up. I know it's not probably no one's ever heard of it.
It's called Third Lake?
It is called Third Lake.
They stopped so many lakes, they just stopped giving them unique names and just started numbering them.
There's so many
First lake,
lakes in
second
Illinois.
lake, third lake.
We must have been the third that they found. I don't really know. I don't know how many they go up to either. I've never looked into that. Maybe I'll do that after this interview. Third Lake, and the reason being is that that's where I grew up. I spent most of my time there. I have tremendously fond memories of it. I think everyone kind of thinks about where they grew up and being young and having your family there and yeah, great memories. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Wish I could go back sometimes, but
yeah, I called it my Sandlot home. Like, you moved around a lot as a kid, and there was always that one home where you kind of got into shenanigans, and you can tie a lot of your memories to. So
absolutely, and for me, it would definitely be Third Lake, Illinois.
I love that. What is your most defining characteristic?
Oh man,
physical
or
emotional, whatever you want. Yeah. If somebody said, Brandon, let me tell you about Brandon, what would be the first thing they mentioned about Brandon?
I would hope that they would mention my patience. They would probably mention my nose or my ears, but my hope would be patience. It was something that I used a lot when I was teaching. It's something I use a lot in this job. I think it's a good skill to have in general in life, and empathy. Again, one that I used throughout my entire life, and one that I think maybe we all could use a little bit more of.
100%.
So those would be my defining characteristics.
Love it. If you were going to go to a comedy show, a sporting event, or a concert, which would you do?
And I can't choose all three?
No, I'm sorry.
Thought I'd ask. I'm a big Cubs fan, so I might choose a baseball game.
Okay.
Um, that being said, I've never been to Red Rocks,
Okay.
so
Wow.
I'd really like to go see something or someone there.
It almost doesn't matter who you go to see.
doesn't.
Red Rocks is amazing.
I was looking at the lineup this summer a couple days ago with my sister, and I was like, I'll see them, I'll see them, I'll see them, I'll see them. So if I had to choose, I would say I'd go to a Cubs game. But I love comedy, I love concerts, so that's a tough one.
But that's great.
All the above.
What kind of books do you like to read? You already talked about one of them.
Yeah, high fantasy. Does that count?
Sure.
Immediately. Lord of the Rings. I love that book, or that series rather. I also really like nonfiction World War II books. So that's kind of a
Yeah. It's like an alternative universe, or you're just thinking like true to the facts.
I liked the facts, yeah. So I go both ways. So Lord of the Rings, high fantasy, I can lose myself. World War II, I don't know. I probably shouldn't like World War II, but I'm not the only one, right?
Oh, it's terribly fascinating. Yeah.
It is, and just the struggle that everybody went through, and their stories, and
What a weird divergence here. So fantasy or historical nonfiction.
yeah.
Like,
I never
polar
said-
opposites of one another. Got
I
it.
never said it was going to make sense. Sorry if you all thought that going into it.
Fair enough. That's great. Thank you so much for taking some time today.
Thank you,
Appreciate it
sir.
so much.
I appreciate it as well. Thank you all.